warming for us to have you in our midst. You're most welcome, and I strongly believe that you are going to enjoy the good weather of Plateau State. The stories you've been hearing here and there that people are running up and down, you may have seen that it's quite different from what you're seeing. So, you're most welcome, and whatsoever pieces of advice you are going to offer us, we're going to make do with it and ensure that we pursue and make the dream of JOS Airport becoming a cargo hub of the North Central. If I would look at this airport in retrospect, in the 90s, when my Oga here was here as the head of commercial, a lot of cargo were lifted from this place. The Helena farms, between 1994-95, fresh rose flowers were flown out of this place to London. Fresh meat from Bauchi, fresh milk were lifted from here. Then we had a night stop that we airlift this thing from here to Lagos and from there onward delivery. But today the airport is a ghost town itself. Not because the facilities or the resources are not there, but nobody has come to encourage the would-be investors to embark on all this. Last year, the Plateau State Government Property and Investment Company came. They came with investors from South Africa to explore the possibility of establishing a cargo warehouse here. We discussed at length with the consultant from South Africa, which they promised they will do something about it. But now, it is the initiative of FAAN and other organizations that is here now. I think it is going to drive the whole project to its logical conclusion. You are most welcome and thank you for coming.
want to know at the end of the day what went wrong. Why was it successful in the first place? What has gone wrong? How can we mitigate it? And how can we bring back the economy and even make it bigger? So here to learn from the masters. Some of them are retired, some of them are not tired, but we want to know how JOS became #1 and how did we do it. That will help us in rebuilding the whole process. Now that we have a new set of people who are willing to put in everything to bring it back to the top position that he wants us to occupy, what are the lessons we can learn from JOS? And how do we use JOS as a clients? All the ladies in British Airways, KLM, everybody, so I ship them fresh flowers on Valentine's Day. And we paid, it came from JOS. So it has worked. How was it done?
Sir, I didn't get you for well, sorry, and Rina is Sunday. Yes. And then the first person.
And obviously, it's those that I'm moving from where
This is our fire tender.
Are they working, sir?
Yes.
Oh, this Bedford, they are very old.
Yes, they are old. But they used it during first time. 77.
Which one? This one?
Yes.
Sorry, sir. So it's an archival material.
Yes, good to be in the museum. The parts are not readily available in the market.
Yeah.
Yes.
So first tax 77.
77. First
That was
time.
when it was bought.
That was when it was used.
Okay.
After the first time, they brought it to JOS.
Okay.
So
Thank you. But how many of the fire tenders are working?
that one is working but the major vehicle had a puncture tire, so it's not working.
Okay, but the recent ones that were purchased by the former minister, do you have anyone here?
We don't have a single. We even pleaded that the airports that we are giving these new ones, those airports should give us one of their functional old vehicles so that to augment what we have.
Okay, so the functional fire tenders, now how many are they?
We have only 3.
3, okay.
Including water tanker.
Okay, at least that can cover because you don't have many flights coming in here.
Yes.
So today, have you had any flights?
Yes.
Okay.
Value Jet,
yes.
Came twice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They come twice in a week?
Yes.
Okay.
Now the governor does on Monday.
Yes, signed an MOU.
Yes. With,
Now the one the federal government laid the foundation
Behind this
after this hangar now.
After the hangar.
So I'm just trying to introduce this
So
one.
what is it trying to do there?
It's a warehouse. They're getting cargo for this airport.
Okay, in and out?
Yes, out.
Out. Mostly out.
Yeah.
Okay, so they come there, they use this gate to bring it.
We have not designed the route for it to come into
But
the
you have
airport.
to design it before he completes and then make federal government does it.
There's an access.
So it's supposed to act as a transit point for the cargo meant for the lifting or what?
Sorry?
Yes.
I say it's supposed to be a transit point. A transit point for whatever.
Yes,
yes. Or a packaging point, which one?
All of them will be done there.
Everything that he wants to do, how to preserve.
First and foremost.
Yes.
Okay.
You keep preserved for shipment. And then when they bring in, they will also keep it there before they send it to town.
Okay.
That's a brilliant idea.
But it's
Provided coolant. Oh no, that's coolant.
We have gone into a discussion with them on the need to upgrade the airport, which they have agreed. So the plans is on the ground, is ongoing as to upgrading, both having a taxiway and expanding of the threshold, the width of the threshold. If need be, extending the length of the runway beyond that. Though this 3 kilometers can take any.
3 kilometers is okay.
Yeah, but it's the width of the runway that is the issue.
Yeah, because you know those aircraft.
it's one of the things that the MD was going to discuss with the governor about the expansion of the road.
The ages for the cargo terminal was supposed to be done.
Yes, this is it.
So beyond, you will see a lot of warehouses are coming up, targeting the.
Who is building the warehouse?
So many private
No,
people.
you see the land behind. Most of it belongs to the community, not to the airport.
Okay.
I recall when, because I was a staff of this airport, the day this foundation was laid. The then governor, Governor Jang, said he's also going to give us more land to accommodate the vision of the cargo
airport. Yes, they call it. They even call it cargo airport because he actually wanted this place to be both dry and wet cargo. It's supposed to be dry and wet cargo because of the peculiar nature of the state. Because the state has a lot in terms of perishable items. So this is where and when the construction will be done, the apron will be extended this way.
To the wrong way,
yes, so there will be linkage between, unlike what you saw in Abuja, where the cargo warehouse is very, very far, and a lot of buildings have already come up. So there is no way you can even link connectivity.
No, they told us they are doing
well,
between Julius Berger and
that one would be a mirage, because already the people that own the land have refused to give consent for that to happen.
To the landlord.
Government, it is government.
It's not government.
No, Harry Akonde proved that doesn't
work. It's not government, because you would have done that with Harry Akonde.
No, they don't want that.
So, it's part of the things that we are possibly looking forward to.
My question is, those warehouses
yes,
that are privately owned,
yes,
if those people, if there is no land left, and you have finished it, and the whole concept is working, it's going to encumbrance. We are still going to have this access problem you are having in.
Yes, we have got land.
Already we have extension.
We have gotten extension already.
Newly extension.
Up there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So that we don't have the same.
I can tell you that I was one handling that.
And then we have got aircraft.
No, it's not. That time, yes, that time we had 3 night stops. Nigeria Airways, Okada, and Cabo. They were all night stopping here. Now, the fresh meat from Bauchi goes on Nigeria Airways. One of the compartments was strictly for that cargo. Then the Helena farms brought in their flowers. Also, if they miss Nigeria Airways, it goes on Okada. Then Back Farms brings in mangoes. Those ones, they don't rush them in the morning. Anytime the flight comes, because that time we were having about 24 flights a day in JOS. Wow. We were having 24 flights a day in JOS. So, and JOS was taking care of Bauchi, Gombe, Makurdi, Yola, Nasarawa, and some part of Kaduna. So all of them, and Gongola too, part of Adamawa, they were all flying out of JOS. So we had about 24, 25 flights daily out of JOS. So once they missed one, there's another flight that will carry. And Nigeria Airways,
underbelly, they carry the passenger.
No, sometimes when they have much quantity, Allied used to come and evacuate.
Okay, because I remember some.
No, Kagolos then was not coming this way.
Yes, I remember then we used to have Ostend in Belgium. You know, we used to have all those charters
From Lagos.
From Lagos. We used to come here. I can remember. You know, like Merchant Express and
consolidators that can source and bring aircraft will come.
The Nagav version in Lagos is just you come to meet us at the airport.
Right. No.
It's the ones in Enugu that do differently.
No,
let's hear him out. Why is Nagav
ideally, it is the consolidators that drive cargo. They go to the rural areas and get these things, put them together, bring an aircraft and evacuate.
But that means that they are acting as a business entity.
They aggregate. They are doing it. The consolidators
are doing it. They are not doing it in Lagos. What is that? This is a committee that's trying to know the problems.
He's identified Nagav as a problem.
That's what he said.
Say a problem.
They should come down.
Because you're right. Nagav is doing it in Enugu. Yes. It's the freight forwarders that are doing road shows to the pepper farmers and co. And say bring so we can help you.
They will now help to, and once they have enough, most of the people doing business now, they no longer travel to buy. What they do is to, they call it way bill. They will get one person that will go and do that, consolidate, bring them together, and then distribute to them. But the same way they do for export.
But Nagav cannot prioritize. You have a state ministry of trade, you have a state ministry of commerce.
And you can set up,
those are the ones that don't set up structure.
Those ones are the ones that we aggregate.
They stimulate the economy. Yes.
Nagav's role is
at the airport.
Nagav's role is to get the exporters.
Collect.
No. The exporters come to Nagav.
You
understand?
Is Ankla also?
Yes. Ankla is here.
Okay.
Yes, I know what I'm asking.
But the people to generate need the Ministry of Trade.
To generate packages.
Correct, yes. And their job is to then bring it together. Correct. But not for the government. They don't go and start generating business for trade.
They came with it and then upload everything and then take off.
So they've done everything in their own.
So you can't scale like that. So that's why we need to be able to install something here.
Correct, yes.
Because that's straight from the truck. How many tons are that? You can't scale.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. They are two different things.
Absolutely.
It's all Nagav.
The Ministry of Trade has a role today. Yes.
No, I know. I said in Enugu.
Right.
I'm a general manager in business development of Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, and I am here representing
the suffering now. The reason why this committee was set up is because planes fly full with goods into Nigeria and they leave empty. And this committee was set up to try to change that. And in putting states that was known for the biggest agro exports out of this country. So part of what we found out is that those things are not happening anymore. So in trying to solve the problem of Nigeria, we decided to come to PLATEAU to find out what went wrong. If we do not find out what...
Cargo, the airlines is the engine of economic activities in any community or society. You have said it rightly, because on the plateau, we have all that it takes. You will have more than enough to transport outside Nigeria. I want to tell you that all that we produce in Nigeria have always been a waste on the plateau. It has always been a waste. Sometimes you find out that there are fresh, beautiful tomatoes, all other vegetables, and you find out that sometimes they are even, in the past, they will be thrown away because you don't have buyers. And if our airport is upgraded to an international status, especially a cargo airline, I bet you the economic activities on the plateau will boom. And I'm telling you that we are eager waiting for this. And why you said what has prevented this cargo you observed that we have a lot of fruits, vegetables on the plateau, and these items or these vegetables are being wasted daily because the market is not there. And you asked what the government is doing to assist the people. The government is just a new government. We are just barely 3 months in office, but the governor is doing a lot to make sure that these farmers benefit. He has purchased fertilizer to assist the farmers, though we came very late and the farming season is already gone. So it may not be very, very effective this year, but next year, by the grace of God, people will have fertilizer so at a subsidized rate for farmers to be able to farm. Tractors will be there. They will hire them to the farmers at a subsidized rate, and then
the past 8 years of the last government, was more of an eyesore that these facilities were brought to the lease. I assure you, the governor within a few days of his swearing in, he has swung into action. And then revitalizing, revamping this ASTC. I wish I had this notice earlier. These are places you need to go for sightseeing to know what the PDP government have in mind as it concerns agriculture. Yes, very, very good plans. they are coming back on board, we will produce in higher scale that we will be exporting to an extent that you say, no, like the Macedonian church, you say it's enough. So we have very good capacity to make production.
One said poor preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. We already have our objective as a committee to look into inwards, which is called OTI. I'm going to try to engage us, all of us seated before we leave here. It's called Office of Trade and International Relations, whereby we actually had like bilateral agreements and relationship with countries like Canada, like UK, like Europe, and we try to see when there's a dispute, when there's an issue.
Create a living environment, because part of these challenges cannot be handled by private sector alone. Our force majeure, people farm soya beans, sesame, they were flood, and there was rice.
We have a long list of production, fruits and veggies, very beautiful. And that will be a lot of good if we can have some of these things exported. Because the problem is we are having a lot of wastage, we are not, maybe the consumption.
Product will be rejected. For national standard is within Nigeria, for regional standard is with West Africa, while international standard is ISO. But for food products, we have what we call code.
I, in the regulatory framework, want to, I'm sure that this will also be in the report and will be in the report of the Aviacargo project. But I want to, and since...
And another challenge, like some of my brothers here have mentioned, the roads are bad, no good access roads to the farms. And
I became afraid, to be very honest, that perhaps Nigeria has something that these foreign
cargo wherever it is going to. Anything that has to do with cargo, you are exporting or importing. If you have any problem along the chain.
Have problem, freight cost, so we have people here who are experts on those particular things. So we want NX to give them opportunities to raise
weather and other situations. That's insurable. If you were aware that the processes were available, there was engagement between the government, the producers, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, you would recognize that you can mitigate the risk.
As a result of insecurity, I came in here as a farmer. I have tractors and this as a Kadosh farmer. That's my name of FAAN. But the major issue that we have in North Central is the insecurity. Because one, people cannot go to farm freely. If you are on farm, you cannot harvest much because of the level of insecurity we have. So we have to tackle the issue of insecurity before this thing. People who would like to invest in things whereby you are not sure of getting the result. So this is what I plead to Nigerians, that let us be our brothers' keepers. Let us not use this game to taunch one another. If we can come as one, as a family, I believe we can get a greater harvest and production in what we are doing. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
I'm sorry.
We appreciate it.